There were demonstrations today here in the nation's capital in a show of solidarity with Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Anya was in DuPont Circle with the story.
Dozens of people have rallied in DuPont Circle, Washington, D.C. to show solidarity with the Palestinian people in light of the massacre which occurred on Monday in the Gaza Strip, during which Israeli fire left over 60 people dead. But people aren't gathered here only to talk about current events. They're also marking the 70th anniversary of the Nakba, or Day of Catastrophe, what's known to others around the world as Israel's Independence Day. For people here and for Palestinians around the world, that day, Israel's Independence Day, marks the moment when over 700,000 Palestinians were forcibly expelled from their homes, rendering them refugees for the rest of their lives in order to make way for the UN-mandated Jewish state.
It was a horrible thing to happen because people were divided and a whole way of life was changed, and 400 villages were destroyed. So it was a horrible, horrible thing.
It's continuing today with annexation of East Jerusalem and all over the West Bank, and it's continuing with the imprisonment of the population of Gaza. U.S. support for Israel has never even waned, and in fact it's continued to increase. At the end of President Obama's term, he increased U.S. military aid to Israel from $3.1 billion a year to now $3.8 billion a year.
Now they're saying that little children are legitimate targets, that women waving flags are a direct threat to their sovereignty. But let's not forget that these troops are sitting in Gaza. They're not even on the border. They've already come into Gaza and are on the other side of the other people's land. So this prison just keeps getting squeezed.
This is criminal. This is bad. This is catastrophic. This is the true Nakba. What we see happening to the Palestinian people, especially now on the borders of Gaza, where we find people standing up in a peaceful resistance. What happens to them? They're being killed, so many people, and many more injured. We are here as Jewish people to stand up and to say no.
The program this evening has consisted of people sharing their poetry or personal familial experiences with the Nakba. A list of names was also read of those killed by Israel recently at the Gaza border during the Great March of Return, meaning the Nakba, or catastrophe, which began for the Palestinian people 70 years ago, only continues to this day. In Washington, Anya Parampil, RT.